Hello, this is You Cyber Defender, and today we'll be talking about file-related things on Ubuntu 14. So first, in order to do this better, you should open up the terminal using Control-Alt-T. So first, let's talk about creating a file. So to create a file, since this is our home directory, we don't need sudo, so we should just use gedit, then the name of the file, and then this screen will pop up, and we can just put in whatever we need to put in. So next, let's read the file. So in order to read the file, you use cat and then the file name. So over here in the next line, it should display the contents of the file. Now, let's go into permissions. So in order to view the permissions of all the files, we want to use lsla. So over here, it shows all the files and directories under this directory. So over here, we will see our file, hi.txt. So over here, so the first dash right here determines whether it's a file or a directory. So if there's a D, it's a directory. If not, and it's a dash, it's a file. The next three letters or dashes determine the permissions of the owner of the file. If there's a letter there, that means the owner can perform that action. If not, it means they don't have the permission to. So this R right here, it means read. W means write. And this dash right here, if there was a letter, it would be X, mean execute. But since there is no X, it means that the owner cannot execute this file as an executable. The next three are for the group that owns the file. So in this case, you'll see an R, then two dashes. So that means that the group that owns the file can read the file, but not do anything else. The next three is for everybody else. Since there is also an R and two dashes, it means that everybody else can read the file, but do nothing else. So over here, this will show the owner of the file, and this will show the group that owns the file. Okay, so now if you scroll down a bit, you'll see this file, shady.txt. So if you'll notice, that doesn't appear when you run the ls, that is because it's a hidden file. So it's a hidden file because it starts with a dot. So if an attacker manages to create a file in your system, then they'll probably create a file like this. So the name probably won't be as obvious. So we should probably remove this file. So if we want to remove it, it should be rm and then the file name. Okay, so now it's gone. So let's say we want to change the permissions of the file. So if we wanted to change the permissions of our file hi.txt to only read for everybody, then it should be changed in the following way. So first we want to put the command chmod. Then we want to view the permissions we want to change it to. So the next three characters will all be numbers from 0 to 7. So these numbers represent binary digits for each of these three characters. So a dash represents a 0 and a letter represents a 1. So in this case, this RW dash would be 110 or converted into decimal 6. So if you want to change it to all read, it would be 100 or 4. So then we would do 444. And then after that, we just put the name, hi.txt. So now that we've changed the permissions, let's see if we can move the file. So the move requires the command mv. Since this is in our home directory, we don't need sudo. So after that, you'll want to move it to the directory you want to put it in. So let's say /tmp. And then before that, you'll want to put the name of the file. So after you've done that, you can cd into /tmp. So if you ls it here, that's not a hidden file, you should be able to see it. So that's it for today.